Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 12144 Gundam Aerial. And this particular Gundam is from the Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury series. And this particular kit was released this year being 2022, by Bandai. So here we have the front of the Gundam Aerial kit. This particular kit, like most of my Gunpla, was picked up from Hobby Link Japan, so I'll have a product link to this particular high grade in the description, as well as a link to the wider range of the other available, well, orderable kits, maybe a better term, from the Witch from Mercury series as well over at Hobby Link. So feel free to check out either of those links, both if you're interested, for one, in Aerial, and two, if you want to see what other kits are in the line. So back to the very interesting looking minimalist type of front box art, where it's got a very white type of minimal background with the particular kit very much prominent front and center. So here we have the Aerial, very nice color palette, which is the usual Gundam colors of yellow, red, blue, and white, but something about the combination looks really good on this one. So kudos to the team responsible for the artwork. So that's the front of the box. In terms of the bottom of the box, what do we have? So we do have some various things on the bottom. Starting on the left, we have a nice shot of the Gundam Aerial, which is basically just a blown up version. Well, not a fully blown up version, but a bit more of a close up version of a posed Aerial. We have some different shots of the Aerial with its weapons deployed, so with the rifle, the saber, the effects, which will be both plastic and done within the runners themselves. Assuming the Lafrith is any type of indication of them repeating that. We'll have the shield, which is definitely a bit of a repeat of the same shield that the Lafrith had. So we'll be able to downsize into various components and do different things. So that is very cool. A very nice little gimmick. Then we have another shot of the Aerial with its rifle, and just a nice little image of the unpainted Aerial, basically to emphasize that the pre-colored plastic will be more than sufficient to put this kit together. In terms of the other side of the box, that will have some interesting information. Front and back of the Aerial, a shot of the pilot, Suletta Mercury. Now I know the series is currently airing right now. I think it's about up to episode 6. It is on my to-do list. So as always, I'm a bit behind. And then just a little bit of blurbage regarding the actual series The Witch from Mercury. So, very cool. Okay, so now that we've had a look at the outside of the box, what do we have on the inside? We have 1, 2, 3 bags of runners and the manual for the Aerial. I suspect some of these runners will be a bit of a rinse and repeat from what we saw from the Lafrith, but I do expect there'll be some variation as well. So with that being said, I will open up the bags and we can have a better look at everything inside. And with everything out of the box and the bags, here we have front of the manual, another nice shot of the Aerial. There will be some light reading material, if I can get the camera just to zoom in a bit better. I won't go through it. It's definitely one of those read in your own time, and there's about 2 lines worth of text regarding Suletta. Front of the manual. And also, since I didn't mention it, it is also release number 3 of the line. Back of the manual. So we have the usual line art of the actual aerial, the various weapons that are included with a bit more information about them, color guide as well, and just some extra information about some of the specific, I'm going to call them gimmicks, technically not gimmicks, gimmicks of the kit, but the actual information of the aerial. That's very cool. It does look very nice. In terms of the inside, pretty much your standard type of manual. Parts list. So we have multicolor A, B, two B's, a C, D, E, and F. It's interesting how they're starting to also use some color coding with some of these runners as well. Interesting what happens as you continue to innovate. We also have some stickers. And much like the previous two kits, no polycaps. In terms of the build, nothing too much out of the ordinary. Building of the head, the body. Now I will admit this page is probably very lucky to be using some of the actual full color side of things. As we progress through, it does go back to your general monochrome. So you have the right arm and the left arm, attaching all that to the main upper torso, building of the feet before we move on to the right leg and the left leg, building of the waist. So far there's definitely a lot of commonality back to the Lefrith, which is to be expected, but it looks like there is also some points of variation. Building the backpack, the weapons including the shield, and then how to attach that, as well as how to disassemble the shield into its various bits and pieces, and how it can be integrated throughout the aerial. Basically feels like it's taken bits of the Double Quanta and the shield bits from the Cherudum, which is very cool. But then, looking at some of the stuff forward from Mercury, you can tell there's been some inspiration from previous series, as well as some other animes as well. So that's pretty much the end of the manual. So pretty much your usual Gundam manual, nothing too overly complicated. Quick look at the included sticker sheet. Definitely not too bad. I can't remember, it's bigger or smaller than the one that the Lefrith had. Overall, definitely not too bad at all. I think some of the ones that look like clear silver have that interesting patterning emblazoned on the inside, so I dare say it's probably only a few stickers that are actually color correcting. So that was the sticker sheet. In terms of the runners, starting with the multicolor A runner, so we have yellow, the blue, the red, and the, I'm going to call translucent smoky grey, or translucent smoke, might even be a better idea. A nice array of colours, some very nice detailing throughout them, which seems to be evident in all the kits that I've seen thus far. But yes, should be a very fun build once we get there. So that's the multicolor A runner. Moving to the B runner, so we have B1 of 2, all in white. Do have some nice larger pieces here, which I do not recall seeing on the Lefrith, so whilst there's definitely areas of commonality, as I mentioned before, there is some good amount of variation between the two. So that's B1. And then the B2 component of the B runners. And this too is also in white. And while I'm at it, there's the front of the head. Well, parts of it. So, B2. Moving into the C runner, which is all in grey. So, like many C runners for most kits, probably 75% of it will be your joints, and the rest will be most likely weapons, so we can definitely see parts of the rifle there, suspect these are parts of the shield. The rest is probably joints and some inner mechanical workings. So, C runner. We have a very small D runner in a green. No doubt these will be for the eyes. We have a E runner in a nice translucent blue, basically being 2 beam saber effects, as well as a effect piece for the rifle, which is very nice. And it doesn't feel that heavy. Like all the images I've seen of it, I was actually expecting it to be a bit of a, well, not a super heavy piece of plastic, but definitely a lot heavier than what this feels like. And lastly, we have a small F runner, which will have those very special effect pieces, which, if I remember correctly, I pretty much used on the Lefrith. So we'll have those as well. So definitely a very nice array of runners. So that brings us to the end of the unboxing of the high grade 1-144 Gundam Aerial. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there will be a product link to the Aerial, as well as other kits within the Witch from Mercury line over at Hobby Link Japan to browse at your leisure if you have a bit of interest. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, and a link to that will be in the description below as well. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. See ya.